one house, you only need one house. And if you only got 2 kids, can you just keep it 2 rooms? Right. I mean, why have 52 rooms if you know there's somebody with no room?
I said I rebel with my conscience. I'm just a dreamer, big believer in this whole game is a process. I pray every day that I get to see the next one. My granny tell me don't question the Lord's blessings, but I'm curious. And all this weed smoke, plus I'm dead broke, homie. Shit got me delirious and ease back. My pain killed through the free sack from my Ivy Hill green pack, and my feet flat, planet. While I'm trying to go and blossom, but honestly I'm hurt by the fact they double cross me. Friends turn opposites, deal with the consequence. Gotta go and focus in, bite the hand that held, may the Lord help with your defense.
What is going on, guys? What is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. It's your boy Evans, aka Zach or Xauusd, and I'm back on your screens with another banging content, guys. It's been so long since I last uploaded. There's been a lot of challenges that kept me away from posting videos. I tried to post more videos, but then I want to post quality and educational content, just not for I didn't want to post any video just for posting sake. That's why I've been away. I need to wait, restructure myself, and then yeah. So the waiting is over, and I'm here with another valuable content to you guys. Let me just dig this out, and then guys. So you can clearly see, or let me just show you. Check the time. You can clearly see that the hour is late. It's 11:21 p.m. and we are almost getting to 12 a.m. and I just couldn't bring myself to sleep, so I thought of breaking down the trades I took earlier this week. Yeah, because today is Wednesday and I only started trading on Tuesday, because on Monday I was at work and I got home Tuesday morning and I took my first trade of the week somewhere around one. That was getting to New York session. Yeah, so that was when I took my first trade, and then my second trade was taken very early in the morning, or let's just say at dawn, because I took the trade around 3 a.m. Yeah, I took the trade around 3 a.m. on Wednesday, and then my second trade was somewhere getting into the London session, and it was all a loss. You all know how market has been You all know how market has been behaving these days, especially with gold. I just like to trade gold regardless of how it is moving or how messy gold has become of late. I just thought of or I just want to keep trading gold. Yeah. So with that being said, or without wasting much of your time, I just want to take you guys straight into my chart so I can show you all the criteria I gathered, or what I saw starting from Tuesday, what I saw on the trade I took on Tuesday, all the informations I gathered, or how I've been able to spot these fine setups, but then they all ended up hitting my SO, though. You know, this game is still a game of probabilities. You can't guarantee some wins, but all you need to do is manage your risk. And I'm glad I've been able to manage my risk very well, that I will be able to show up again when the opportunity is given. So I'll be taking you guys straight into my chat. But before I do that, if you're new to the channel and you probably don't know who I am, my name is Evans, aka Zach or Xauusd, and I'm a forex trader here in Ghana. And I've been documenting my journey here on YouTube, showing you guys how I'm walking the journey of becoming a profitable forex trader straight up from the bottom, guys. If you're an OG on this channel, you all have been seeing the progress so far, even though we aren't getting consistent results, but results are results. Be it consistent or not consistent, forex space, I've been able to make my few withdrawals from this thing, and then I believe that with consistent effort and approach to this, the withdrawals will keep coming in more and more. So guys, for the sake of not getting this video long, I will just keep it short and then take you guys into the chat, because explaining this alone to your understanding will take a considerable amount of time, but I will just try my best to make it quick and short. So guys, let's get straight into it. Friday. So this was what happened. So my first trade, you could clearly see that price has been in an You will clearly see that price has been in a solid uptrend, and all I needed to do was just follow up or follow or get in line with the trend and then ride along. So whenever price is in an uptrend, what do we expect? We expect price to keep going up, breaking higher highs and creating higher lows. So price kept doing that, and then I eventually caught price around here, around this level here. So you can clearly see that price created this high on the hourly time frame. It broke above the high, and immediately it broke above it. It never gave us a proper retest on this high. The price never gave us a proper retest on this high. And if you've been following me for some time, or if you've been an OG on this channel, you know that I trade supply and demand. So immediately price broke above this zone, I went ahead to search for my zones, my supply and demand zones, and then I spotted one right here. Let me mark it out for the sake of this video. I spotted one right here just before price broke above the high. So price broke above this high, it created this zone. All I needed to do was wait for a retest of this high and then I tap into this zone with a proper reaction. Price sometimes price can tap into zones like this and not give a good reaction. But then when you want when you want to trade this type of strategy properly, you need to wait for price to give you a correct reaction, like all these weak rejections we are seeing here, or engulfing candles after the tap in, after price tap into this zone. You want to see chart patterns like double bottom, double top, head and shoulder, all these chart patterns and all these candlestick patterns or reversal patterns. Yeah, basically reversal patterns. So that was what I was expecting here, and then I saw how price was reacting to this zone. It kept rejecting, and anytime it enters the zone, it rejects with a very massive push. Upon seeing this, I knew I want to buy. I want to buy at this moment. Now, how can I get as a day trader or an intraday trader? How am I going to be able to get a correct or a suitable zone for me to enter this trade and have a reasonable stop loss zone? So I went to my 15 minutes, but before the 15 minutes, check out this. You see price has been failing to break below this line, this zone here, even though it has tapped into this zone. If you check very well, it has been failing to break below this zone. So it means if price is failing to break below this zone, that means this zone is a solid zone and price will not go any further below it, or price might probably not go any further below it. So that was what I saw before I entered it, or I considered entering this. So on the 15 minutes, I saw that price is in a consolidating zone. Now here is my mistake. On a normal day, or normally, or um as a good trader that I'm striving to be, I should have waited for price to break above or below this consolidation zone. That was what I did not do. Or there was a time I I had a strategy that, or I had knowledge that says that whenever price is trending to a particular direction and then it enters a ranging market or it started accumulating, there's a higher probability that it breaks up and it breaks and continues in the direction of the previous trend. So since price has been in an uptrend, I came in with the ideology, or I came in with the thought that if price is in an uptrend, I just need to find a suitable zone to enter this trade below or to the lowest point of this consolidating zone. So I waited for price to come all the way down to these zones again. That was when I entered the trade and I was targeting upwards. But then immediately I entered the trade, price came down, took me out, and then moved so massively below to give us a third tap on this trend line. I was already down for the day. I didn't want to take any more trades, so I just let it go like that. Then fast forward to the next trade. This was also simple. Now let me just put it. So after this massive loss, or after this chaotic loss I took here, I now knew that price has been in a consolidation zone. And when there is a breakout of this kind of or this type of zones, what do? We wait for price to come back and then retest the zone it has broken to before it continues. The zone it has broken out of before it continues the moment before it continues with the momentum, or it continues in the direction it has previously broken out to. So price was in this zone. It broke below the it broke out to the downside. And now since it has broken out to the downside, we need to wait for price to come back and give us a retest on these zones, or give us a retest at exactly where it has broken out of this zone. So price broke out of this zone around here. And even if you check with my supply and demand zones, you can clearly see that we have a zone here. And price wick gave us this wick and then tap in on this wick, creating a double top formation here. Now, what are my criteria on this tick? My criteria are price gave me a breakout and a retest of this accumulation zone. And upon giving us this retest, it tapped into a supply or a demand zone, ended up creating a double top formation, indicating a potential reversal, a potential push to the downside. So what do I wait for? I wait for correct momentum to get into this trade. So I waited for price to break below the neckline of this double top it created, which is here. So this was where the double top was created. Price created this double top, broke below the neckline of this double top formation, and whenever there is a break out or a break of the neckline of this chart pattern, you wait for price to come back and retest the neckline where it has broken. So price came back, it gave me a retest, and this was where I was looking out to enter. But then I missed this setup. I missed this first move. I waited for price to push up and then give me another chart pattern. Price pushed there and it attempted to break above this zone, and then it rejected with a very massive weak rejection. This was when I entered. But then market doings. Price market will just do what it pleases, and we have absolutely no control over these happenings. What we have to do is just focus on our risk management and and let these kind of happenings not mess with our minds, so that we go into the next trade with a clear mind and of purpose. So that was how my second trade went, and then my third trade for the day was actually, let me take this out. My third trade for the day was actually a buy, or also a buy. So what I saw was that after all this, let me take out this the eraser. I'll go to the 15-minute direct. So no. So my third trade of the day was actually based on this highs right here. If you check very well, this has been a very solid zone. Price reacted to this zone, attempted to break multiple times, and then it all failed. But then after all this failure to break above this key zone, price then came back and then spiked with this very bullish, or this strong bullish candle closing above it. Now, if whenever there is a breakout of a key zone, what we do as price action traders is we wait for price to come back and retest the zone it has broken out of before it continues in the direction it has broken to. So now price has broken above this zone. It means price has the momentum. If price has been able to gather the momentum to break above this zone, then it still has enough momentum to push up, because this has been a very solid zone for quite some time now. So with this information, I moved to my 15 minutes, and then this was what I saw. Price created another zone similar to what I showed earlier. Price created this high that price has been failing to break, but then we had a strong push that broke above this high, What do we need to see? We need to wait for price to come back and give us a retest. And then, as a supply and demand strategy trader, what do? I need to spot my zones right after the breakout, or right after the high, or the most recent high was taken. So I need to look out for the most recent zone that was created before the breakout happened. So this year happens to be the most recent high that was created before the breakout happened. What do I need to do? I need to wait for price to come back and give me a retest on the high it has just violated, and then give me a tap into the zone I into my supply and demand zone. So price came down here, tapped into my zone, and then pushed and closed with this massive wick, indicating that there's some type of, or there's some source of bullish presence here that is pushing price back up. So with this type of an information, what do I need to see? I was now waiting for the morning star or the evening, like the morning star chart patterns, double bottom, anything that will just aid my decision to go long over here. So I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and then after these two candles, let me see. And sometimes I used to go to my 15 minutes to take trades. So after this was what happened. After this move, I saw that price created some sort of a double bottom formation around here, and then I entered a trade within these zones. It moved a little bit upwards, and then it came back down and whipped me out. Then price started doing its thing before it spiked all the way to the downside. Before it spiked all the way to the downside, and now you can clearly see how it's been moving. But then I realized something. This zone here was not the first zone price broke above. Price broke above this zone. The price created a third tap on this trend line. It created something like a double bottom. Let's just consider this as a double bottom formation. It broke above the neckline, and then it's coming back for a retest on this neck. It's coming back for a retest on this neckline. So this zone would have been a perfect zone for me to enter this trade. And someone will also see that this is looking like a head and shoulder pattern, because this the first shoulder, the head, and this is the second shoulder. And price went to break above the neckline. Price breaks above the neckline. What do we expect? We expect price to come, give us a retest on the neckline before we continue to the direction. But then that is not what is happening. You can clearly see some bearish presence in this market. Let's just see what tomorrow has for us. Yeah, so guys, last night I couldn't end the video, and then I did well by breaking down the trades I took earlier this week with you guys. Today is Thursday morning, and I've already started spotting some setups on this chart, but I won't be recording them in this video because this video is just a trade breakdown video. I'll bring you guys a live trading video on the channel. You just have to stay tuned. So that will just be all on this breakdown video. So if you've enjoyed the video so far, or you've gained some knowledge out of this video, do what, smash the like button for your boy. And if you're looking for more of this kind of content, subscribe to the channel and also turn on post notifications so that every time I drop valuable content just like this one, you will get notified. So with that being said, guys, see you in the next one. Peace and love. I'm out.